No, I don't make toys. I'm not that kind of elf.
Welcome back to Master the Fun and Elder Scrolls Online. Today on the second edition of our spell focus series, we have the Render Flesh skill from the Necromancer class, from the Living Death spell line. So let's have a look at this healing spell, shall we? Render Flesh. This is unmorphed version. Sacrifice your own power to repair damaged flesh, healing you or an ally in front of you for 6,000 health and applying minor defile to yourself for 4 seconds, reducing your healing received and health recovery by 15%. That doesn't sound that great, does it? It's a nice heal though. On a crit, I've gotten practically 10,000. So almost, what is that, over 50% on a crit there. The other negative I'd say on this is or an ally in front of you. But as you'll see from the morphs, when we look at the morphs, there's a possible workaround on that if you choose the morph that we'll be looking at in a moment. So yeah, it's a healing spell. It's magicka, completely magicka all the way through. Both morphs are also magicka. And it's not really a cone, it's an area, kind of like an alley in front of you. It's only 12 meters wide, but it goes, you know, the common full distance of 28 meters. That's the most common long-range type of distance we find, you know, apart from some of the bow abilities, which are a bit longer. So yeah, it's a healing spell, and of course armors that will boost the healing of this. Because it's magicka, will be the magicka type armors and jewelry. The more magicka you have, the more healing you will do, as we'll also demonstrate. So let's take a look at the morphs now. The top one we have is the Resistant Flesh. And it's also instant, same thing, area, same distance, magicka. And for this one, the new effect will be that grant resistances to the target equal to half the amount healed. So according to this, if it's 6,100, that's what, about 3,050 more or less, right? So they'll get the resistance, again, you or the ally. This is what I don't like about it, because if your ally, if you know, an ally happens to be in front of you, I actually had someone during testing who was damaged. Instead of healing me, it healed him because he had less health than I did. And in this case, the Resistant Flesh would grant him 3,000 resistance for a very short 3 seconds, which, you know, may or may not be helpful. It depends. This is an instant heal, so if you're going to heal quick on the second, you know, on a second heal to try to heal yourself, as I've noticed, it may not hit you if someone's around. If you're alone, it's great. So this is a handy morph if you're doing a lot of solo adventuring, I'd say. Assuming, again, no one's around you, because this can affect them. The second morph we have is Blood Sacrifice. Again, same thing with the difference here, also magicka. The difference here is it consumes a corpse to heal a second target. Okay, so if there's no corpse around, well, what happens, you know? So you're not going to even heal a second target then. So you got to hope there's a corpse around to heal the second target. Now, the nice thing is, if you're questing with someone, you'll both get healed. Again, assuming there's a corpse around. So again, it's either or, but in this case, if there's a corpse, if you've already killed a monster, and you'll get that little, you know, blue effect on the monster there, then that's a valid corpse, and this will heal a second target. Again, if you're in a group more than 2, you may not get healed. So let's take a look at the champion points now for this spell. The nice thing, I guess, about this spell is all 3 versions, the original and the 2 morphs, will use the same champion points for all 3. We have the Blessed from the blue section of the champion point passives, and Quick Recovery from the orange. Okay, so let's take a look at this now in action, what it looks like, and how the healing shows up there in the chat. On the bottom left side, you'll see it's called Render Flesh. The base regen is just the regular regen for certain characters that have that. So we're looking at Render Flesh, not the critical. We're really not interested in the critical, but you may see that. As you can see there, it's at 6661. So that's the basic heal. This is with the current armor that I have on now. We'll make a change to our armor with Magicka so you can see the difference. Okay, there it is, the 6661. And there it is again. So you get the idea, that's how much it's healing me currently. Okay, so what we're going to do is, we're going to take off one of our pieces of armor that has a lot of Magicka. So what we did is we took off 2 or 3 pieces of Magicka, pieces of armor that boost Magicka, and we'll see what our healing is now. We'll re-attack the same 2 poachers, and we'll see what our healing is now after that change in our max Magicka. Okay, so now you see there, after that heal, we're doing 6379. Well, we critically healed there, so that doesn't really give us a good measure of what we healed. But as you can see there, it's, 9,500. That's a nice heal, considering, a good guard may have, or lots of typical high-level toons have like 30,000 health. And as you can see there again, 6379. So there you have an idea of how it's doing and how the max Magicka can boost your healing. So which also helps your spell use of the spell. So, but again, it's not going to be the same when you heal quite a bit. If you're healing within 4 seconds, your healing will not be as good because, again, you're taking that, you got that minor defile happening. So you might want to time it in emergency situations. You might not have time to wait for the defile to wear off, but your healing will not be quite as strong when you're defiled, which is that effect you see around you, that kind of like bile green type magic effect. So there you have it. Leave a like. It's free to subscribe. Leave a comment below if you have any ideas or maybe good set combinations with this. I know there's a lot of people out there with really good knowledge of sets and combinations and theory crafting and so on. So yeah, we also have Twitter and Twitch, and we follow everyone back there as well. So thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed this segment. So I hope to see you soon. And as always, have fun. Cheers.